Let's recap now the tensions between the US and Venezuela that have escalated ever since Donald Trump returned to power almost a year ago. This is what's happened over the last few months. For months now, the US has threatened military strikes on the country after accusing the government led by Nicolas Maduro of flooding the US with drugs and gang members.
Here are some key moments leading up to the latest US attacks and capture of the Venezuelan leader. We'll take you back to August 1st. President Trump ordered 3 US Navy warships to deploy to waters off Venezuela, marking the start of a major military build-up in the area. Then, on September 2nd, the US administration confirmed the first US strike on a boat from Venezuela, and that killed 11 people. Mr. Trump accused it of being a drug-carrying vessel operated by gangs. Then, in the weeks following, dozens of attacks were carried out on suspected drug-carrying boats, and they killed up to 115 people.
Let's fast forward now to December, when the US seized an oil tanker off Venezuela. This is shortly after the vessel left the country carrying almost 2 million barrels of heavy crude oil. Another was stopped about 10 days later. While in mid-December, in a further escalation, the US president announced a total and complete blockade of sanctioned oil tankers entering and leaving Venezuela, accusing the country of using oil to fund illegal activities. Well, days later, US forces were then seen intercepting a tanker off the Venezuelan coast in international waters.
Then, on New Year's Eve, the United States confirmed 2 more alleged drug smuggling boats were attacked as it issued another round of sanctions, this time on 4 companies to cripple the country's lucrative oil sector. And finally, in the early hours of January 3rd, the US carried out its large-scale strike across Caracas that we've been speaking about all morning. The Venezuelan leader declared a state of emergency, but then shortly afterwards, Mr. Trump announced on Truth Social that the US had actually captured Nicolas Maduro and his wife.
It was a force against a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence